Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm sitting in an online call with Chris KLÄFFORD. Hi, first of all.
Hi, nice to be
Hi.
here. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure for me. And we're here because I'm allowed to write an article about you for the Year magazine. And we
Yeah.
thought we can introduce you to our audience at Nightshade TV, my YouTube channel as well. So maybe first of all, can you introduce yourself? Who are you and what brought you into music?
So my name is Chris KLÄFFORD, and I come from Sweden. I'm 35 years old. I've been doing music pretty much my whole life, and my artist career started off back in 2017 when I won Swedish Idol. And from that on, I became an artist, and I played a lot of shows in Sweden. And recently, I've been playing a few shows around Sweden also, and I'm trying to get pretty much to the countries where they're listening to my music. And right now, there's an upcoming German tour, so that's why we're talking.
Uh, the
I
two
did a, I actually did an acoustic tour in Germany already last year, which sold out. So that's why I'm so eager to come back to Germany. Yeah.
Good. But the next tour won't be acoustic. It will be with full band or?
Yeah, it will be a full band next time we come around. So I'm super looking forward to that. And I'm not I don't want to jump the gun here by saying that I have a new album coming out, so we're going to play some new songs, and I really looking forward to that because we in the band we haven't played them yet, so it's going to be really fun. Yeah.
Good. And maybe we can at least tell a little bit about you as a person. So
Sure.
can you tell me what is your earliest music memory you have? The earliest as a child?
I started playing guitar when I was in third grade, probably because mom and dad wanted to have some alone time, so they
Mhm.
bought me a guitar. That's usually how it works out. But they really lured me into it because it worked. So I started to play guitar, and I got a lot of attention from it in school, and I think that's why I stuck around with it. And then 2 years after, in my in, no, yeah, 2 years after that, when I was in fifth grade, I started to sing, and it was just out of coincidence. I was at a relative's house, and we were watching TV, and I was sitting around with their old nylon guitar, classic
Mhm.
guitar, and I sang "Tears in Heaven." Like a falsetto, very very quiet in the end of the couch, and she was like, "You can sing," and I said, "Shut up, I cannot." It's just kind of embarrassing at that time because I was so young. And from that on, it started. I started out like singing every day. At first, I remember because it's not that easy to play the guitar and sing at the same time when you pick up the guitar for the first time.
Mhm.
So I remember like really uh, trying out the same song over and over and over and over again. I actually know what song it was. You will never guess which song it is. It was what's the name? Um, what's the name of the song? It goes like, met a girl, thought she was grand, fell in love when I first had. And we are two, and I came unglued. She
Mhm.
fucking hates me. La la. You know that song?
Okay, Hates, yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
no, but I'm not don't have the title in my head either.
no, no. I think the band called is Weedus. I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
And I
we do,
played
yeah.
that guitar lick over and over and over and
Yeah.
over again until I nailed that singing part on top of that. And it took me a couple of days, and I was hooked. I was hooked on that, like creating some kind of magic out of two things and combining it because it was almost like, I mean, you could make something up on the spot, and you just made that, and there was something magical about that. And
Mhm.
I guess I was hooked on songwriting very very early on. So and then from that on, uh, I just kept on playing in school. I know, and after I graduated, I started to play like bars. I played troubadour. You say troubadour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Troubadour. Yeah.
yeah. So I played troubadour for over 10 years, I think. Yeah, over 10 years. So I played mostly all over Sweden, and I played funerals, weddings, and so on. And it was really like a long way to success. And I'm so glad I did that journey, because it has taught me some very good lessons by taking the long way.
I think so. Because many people think when you win, for example, Swedish Idol, it's just like kickstart, but they don't know that you have done some
Oh
street work
yeah, yeah.
before.
But I had so much in my portfolio before that, so that's why I pretty much knew what I had to do right after I won that show. And also that's why my tour in Germany is called the Long Way Tour. So that's why I'm calling it the Long Way Tour, because of that long way that I've been walking or taking. And as you said, that Swedish Idol thing, I really had to, because that's somehow of a overnight success, you could say. If you haven't done anything before that, and then you win Swedish Idol, that'll be like overwhelming for you, because all of a sudden you don't know what to do.
Yeah, sure.
But I've been I've been around the business for a long time, so I pretty much knew that I had to work my ass off just to get people to remember the name, because
Yeah,
you
sure.
pretty much forget like the winners a couple days later.
Yeah, I think this is a big advantage of you because I don't know how it is in Sweden, but here in Germany, it seems that many of the winners of those shows, like Supertalent or how they call it here, Deutschland sucht den Superstar, those
Yeah,
are the names here. And many of the winners, you see them and hear, listen to them, and after a year they are gone. Nobody
yeah, yeah,
knows even, or maybe remember the name, but they don't have really a career. And I think this is because they come up, get burnt, and go down
yeah.
again.
But I think it's more of a like a Cinderella story.
Yeah,
You see the girl or guy churning in from something to something, and then when he or she wins, it's like, oh, I've seen that movie already. It's like it pretty much.
yeah,
I can't tell you why my name and my what I do stuck around. I mean, it's hard to say that about yourself, but I mean, I've been living off music since ever since. So that's my like receipt of knowing that it worked. I'm not sure what I did actually. The only thing I know that I worked my ass off after I won. I played so many shows that year. It was crazy. I was never at home.
yeah. I think I don't know you for long now, but what I see is you are authentic. You're not like just one. You are a guy from the street, but not a guy who never had to do with the business. You do your music and you present it to the people, and this is what the people love, probably.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I try to be authentic and myself all the way. And I'm a country boy.
Yeah.
I grew up on the countryside, in the countryside. We were 15 people in my village. That was my family. So it's like, um, that's so crazy to me when I get to play like other countries. That's so, I don't know. It's a magical thing to live it by yourself. So
I
yeah,
talked
I'm blessed.
I talked to some Scandinavian musicians as well. They told me the same. Coming from a countryside somewhere in Scandinavia, living there, having some friends around that do music and stuff, and then go out in the world and really see people love what you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a magical, weird, loving thing. And I'm not trying to sound like pretentious here, but it's so beautiful to live that life when you create something, when I'm sitting like in this room here,
Mhm.
and I write something out of something that has happened to me or a friend or whatever. And when I come to, for example, to Germany, and I did my acoustic tour, and it was sold out, and people sing along to those songs. It's almost the beautiful part of it is that, like for an example, one of my songs is called "If Not With You, For You," and that's a song about my grandfather. So every time I sing that song and people sing along, I kind of see my grandfather. He's with me in the room. It's they help me to keep him alive, in a way.
Yeah.
And that is that is a chilling thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally beautiful, yes. And maybe we have to say you didn't only win one show, you had another one
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
won, and it was just America Got Talent.
yeah. America's Got Talent. So 2 years after I won Swedish Idol, and I will tell you this, they reached out to me, America's Got Talent, and they said, "Can you come here and sing Imagine?" Because that was one of the biggest things that I did on Swedish Idol, and I said, "Of course." I'm stupid if I didn't. So I went there, and they do this like interviews beforehand before you get out on stage, which they show you on TV, like you're talking about the song, who are you, and so on, and then they cut to the live part when you're standing on stage. So on every interview I did, they asked me about my story, and I told them every single time, and I won Swedish Idol. And this how do you say it? After a while, this girl who interviewed me, she was like, "Chris, sorry to cut you here, but you don't have to say that you won Swedish Idol because we're gonna cut it out anyway."
Okay.
And I'm like, but I'm super proud of it. So why wouldn't I tell people about that? But I know, I mean, it looks better for them
Sure.
to do it that way, and I settled for that. So I was like, yeah, I know my story. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, I think the
I know
problem
that. Yeah, sorry.
problem
Yes.
for them is probably to sell you like a guy from the street, from down,
Yeah, from
and
nowhere.
already
Yeah,
wanna show, yeah.
yeah. As I said, Cinderella story.
Yeah.
They want everybody to have like that, from nothing to something.
Yeah. But at least I think this is a big chance, as you will probably have got many fans in the US.
Yeah.
And for your style of music, probably the US is the main goal to go. Is it like this?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why the new record that I'm releasing now, the 14th of February, which is called "What I'm Running From." It's a really inspired Americana country,
Mhm.
country folk album, rock. The first album that I released was much more on the just rockier side, much rock music side. And this was the first time ever that I recorded in Nashville. I've been writing music there and in Los Angeles, but I haven't recorded in Nashville. I've recorded in Los Angeles, but not in Nashville. So this kind of felt like the next step to take, a kind of an obvious step maybe, but it really felt great when I was there. Everything kind of just fell like it got put together by itself. Everything felt so great. Mostly of the album is pretty much live, so it's a very like live sound. The two songs that are out now, "A Sinner's Life" and "Small Town Ghost," they are like live takes of the songs.
So the new material you wrote it in USA mostly, or did I understand
No,
right?
so the
Or-
songs on this album, sorry if I cut you off there, but the songs on this album is some of the songs I've written together with a guy called Henry Brill. He's a UK guy who lives in Nashville. He stayed at my house for a week, and I think we wrote 10 or 12 songs, 10 songs in a week. And a few of those is on the record, and a few songs that I've written completely by myself also over the time is on this record. So I've chosen songs that I feel connect somehow, like they have the same, they breathe the same thing. And also, I'll tell you this: right before, I left for Nashville, I was sitting at home and I was like, I don't have a song that is completely ballad acoustic, just me and a guitar. Every idea that I have needs to have a band and so on. So I wrote a song right before I left for Nashville, and it's called "I Envy the Earth." So it's a song about my dog who passed away last year on 14th of February,
Oh,
same day as the album is releasing. And that song, I kind of I didn't have any like intention of making it a hooky, a song with a hook. It was just the storytelling. It's kind of written like a poetry verses just, and that is a song that I feel like I feel kind of proud of that one. So it's it changes from just me and a guitar up to a full production with like really outlaw country. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to listen to the whole album. I just listened to the 2 singles so far, but I really think it will be cool. February 14th, it's Valentine's Day also.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Was that planned? Like having Valentine's Day, the anniversary of your dog's death
No,
and everything, or was it like just
I
incident?
don't think we had anything in mind about the date. We said we the people that I work with, we said a few dates. We wrote down a few other dates first, and then it was like, oh, I think 14th of February sounds good. And I said, oh, that's the day my dog died, so that'll be beautiful. So that's the first thing that I was thinking of, like I'm honoring her in a way. Yeah, yeah.
I can totally understand. Losing an animal is like losing a child for me, at least. So this is something you don't want to experience, but you have to keep them in mind and in heart and
Oh
keep
yeah.
memories up. Yeah. But
I
you have a
mean,
new dog, do you have? Or
yeah,
what?
I have a one dog. It's a French bulldog.
I've seen on a picture you
Oh
posted.
yeah, he's a crazy guy.
Yeah.
He is so cozy, but he's really he doesn't like other dogs. The only dog that he liked was my other dog.
Oh, okay.
Um, I don't know why, but every time he sees another dog, he wants to kind of attack it. He doesn't have his teeth are so small, so he couldn't harm anything. But he has jumped what do you call Schäfer dog.
Helfer?
And a
Like
Banner
a shepherd?
Shepherd and a Banner
Yeah.
Shepherd, like big dogs. He
Mhm.
doesn't understand how small he is. He's stupid but wonderful.
Yeah, can imagine. Probably. And do you take him on tours or does he stay with your wife on those days?
Yeah, they come along every time that is possible. When it's possible, they come along. Yeah.
Okay. And maybe back to the album to at least tell people a little bit about it. The newest single is tell the name. I'm A Sinner's Life. Ha.
As soon as life. Yeah.
Sinner's Life, yeah. But it just came out a few days ago from now where we are recording. So
Yeah.
maybe you can take this as an example. What's the song about? What's the background of this one?
So this is a song that I wrote myself. It's pretty much about where I grew up and how I grew up. In like in a short story, I'm one of those guys who I grew up in a home, in a divided home, like where my father's side was atheist. My mother's side, my mother's side were Christians, and there I was in the middle, like what should I believe in, and so on. And I'm not sure really what I believe in still,
Mhm.
but I'm one of those guys or human beings, I should say, that when things really goes down the shitter, when everything when I need someone to help me that a person can't help me with, that some higher force, I'll still be saying like, please God, help me. And that is what this song is about, because the hook of the song is, be gentle with me when I die, and I'll behave when I arrive. It's like, oh Lord, it starts off like, oh Lord, if you wouldn't mind, I'm stuck between believing and living a sinner's life. It's like those small things, because I never, where I grew up, like drugs and so such things, I only saw that on movies. So the only like sins that I thought that I did was like, I didn't help around at home. I didn't help my father, because my father was a really hard working man, and I was like, I couldn't live up to that standard at all. And that is a sin in the Bible, that you need to help your family around the house, or the yeah. And my mother, who came from the religious side, she was more. We said like, what's that called when you go to bed? You say. If I lay me down to sleep, pray the Lord my soul to keep. You know that thing.
Good night prayer, like this
A
one.
good night prayer, yeah, but in Swedish. And we did it every night. But it's because when you pray, you sit around the table when you're gonna eat, you have to close your eyes. And I wrote that in the lyrics, that she made us have it saying grace at dinner time, but I never really closed my eyes. So it's like a vague way of saying that I really didn't believe it. So that is what the song is about, like being unsure, like and it's okay not to know what to believe in, because I don't think people should drag you into something.
Totally.
You should
I'm an atheist as well, so I totally understand your father, but I know growing up in a religious countryside and stuff, so you always have the struggle. Is there something? Is there nothing? And then for me, for example, music has a more spiritual way than church. So maybe this is something that you experience as well, doing your music and have some spiritual experience with it.
yeah. I mean, I went to Sunday school also. You know what that is.
Yeah, sure.
On Sundays you go to like church, and
Hmm.
you hang around with other kids, because I was a kid, um, and then you kind of like do some, you play around and you watch movies, and then you listen to the priest reading the Bible and
Yeah.
so on. Uh, but I never really like followed that, because a lot of people around me was really in their faith.
Mhm.
I never catched it, or how to say it. No, but
Oh,
that is what the song is, basically. But I know a lot of people, even if they don't believe in some sort of God, when they really need some help, they pretty much they can almost just like, please God, help me. It doesn't matter if you're believing or something. So that's
yeah. I think it's we all wanna have someone to talk to. It's like people that we lost, for example, we talk to them as well.
exactly.
Not believing that the spirit really is here, but as you mentioned, your grandpa or something,
Yeah, that's
you
why.
feel him in your heart, so he's there, but not as a ghost,
No, exactly.
like
That's
Ghostbusters,
exactly
but
what I meant, because
yeah,
they're keeping him alive, and I can almost, when that happens, when I do that on stage, it's almost like I can see him, or I hear his voice still,
yeah,
every little nuance of his voice and words that he used to say. I could hear it when I sing his song.
I
Uh,
totally understand.
Powerful.
Mm. For me, this is something much bigger than, for example, believing he's in a paradise or something like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, great. And we can't tell the whole album, but maybe you can tell at least what are the other core topics, other things you that really inspired you in the time you wrote the songs?
Okay. Okay. I can't go through them all, but like we had that dog song. You need, on a country album, you need to have a song about a dog. So that's I got that taken care of. And then it's like, there's some love stuff in there. like Small Town Ghost, the first single of the album. It's you can interpret it in two different ways, like in the sense of for me, that girl who I never got, but I keep seeing her in town because I live in such a small town, and I keep seeing her everywhere in because we go to the same bars, we eat at the same restaurants because there are only two bars in that small town. But in my experience of it was that many years ago, I before my girlfriend now, I dated a girl who turned out to be really bad for me, and I couldn't see it at first. And then it took me a few months until I realized it. And then I said goodbye to her, not really realizing that the town we were living in was so small. So after that, I saw her everywhere because she worked on the other side of my street where I lived. So I saw her everywhere. And that is one of the, like, I know that a lot of people keep experiencing this, but so that's the background to that song. So there's a lot of love stuff in that, both good and bad.
Wanted to mention because I think this is most important, that you have on a country album both sides. You really have the laugh, the deep laugh, and that you experience to your girlfriend now, for example, but also the sad stories, because without sad stories, you don't have the feeling of what country is all about.
Yeah, of course. And there's something, I don't know, I'm still in that phase in my life where it's easier to sing about something, what's it called? Something bad, something like a sad love song. And a happy love song is, I'm not ready to write a happy love song. I think it'll come sometime.
I think so. It's difficult, I think. I've done some poems in the past, many poems when I was younger, and I think there haven't been many positive as well. It was always when you're sad,
Yeah,
you have to write it down. When you're happy, you want to be in the moment. I think it's like this in most
exactly.
cases.
That's great. Nicely said. There's a song on the album called "Forever's on the Line," but it's a love song, but in the sense of like, um, how could we act like this when forever is on the line?
Mhm.
So it's a relationship song because a lot of people I think go through that when they think that everything is going down the shitter and you need to break up or whatever. But my mentality is like relationship goes like this.
Yeah.
It never goes like straight up or straight down. It can't go straight down actually, but it goes like up and down, and you just have to like, there's something, I'm going through something right now, or you going through something right now. We're both going through something right now. We just need to be there for each other. But that song, it's not like really a happy like love song. It has the nuance of like, just don't give up, baby, like that. Yeah.
Totally. And I think it's this up and down that you mentioned. It's most important to know this and understand this, so you keep on working on relationships, for example.
Yeah.
Like with a girlfriend, but also with friends and stuff. It's never like everything is fine.
Yeah. You can compare it to winning Swedish Idol. Everything isn't done just because you win the show. You have to work afterwards. It's like just because you got the girl, you can't just sit back and relax and think that everything is going to be fine. You have to put in effort.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, some cool picture to see such a show like Swedish Idol, like a girl you wanted to get. Yeah,
Yeah.
great. But did you quit with the girl? So do you have some contact to the show in your mind? Is it like, or is it just it is your past and now you go on?
I everything that has happened to me, I don't have a problem thinking of it or bringing it back up because I think that our stories can help other people. uh, and that's why we're writing songs, because I mean, you have to go through something to write something.
Yeah.
and that's why I don't have a problem like bringing up old girlfriends or old stories that I've been in or I've heard of. Um, I mean, I wouldn't, or let me say this: I would never say the girl's name. That I wouldn't do. But it's important to know that we as people we go through. I mean, and I also believe that I will say this for my in my story in this whole story about that girl. I was probably wrong for her. She was wrong for me. We met at completely wrong time. I want to believe that a lot of people, that most people aren't bad. It's just you meet at really bad times. Um, and people should young people should know that everything doesn't always turn out great. You know you need to know when to leave also. That's like no.
Know what you mean. And sometimes it's like such a relationship, it hurts, and it was really maybe really dark back then, some wants and stuff. But if you meet it later on, some years later, everything is fine because the ones have closed and you both went on, and you can be like not maybe friends, but at least can say, okay, it was like this in the past.
I don't hold a grudge. No,
Yeah.
I mean I live my perfect life. So why would I ever like put somebody else like mood down by being a sour puss against someone? It's unnecessary.
Know what you mean. And maybe living your perfect life. So did you meet some of your heroes so far? Some people you say these have been really cool people because you're touring now, you have big shows where you play. Do you have some meetings with musicians or other artists that you say, okay, that has been really inspiring me to me?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are comparing me by looks from with Chris Stapleton, and he is one of the people that I think are the greatest singer in like the world. And I met him during one of his shows. That was really cool. But I really don't get like starstruck by people because we're just people who can do great things. So it's like so that was really cool. And I mean, it feels weird to also name drop people. It feels like I'm bragging or something, but it's I met a lot of artists. Um, really, and it really strikes me like sometimes that it's just such a weird thing. Like, for example, I was so shocked and like how do you say? I was so shocked to see that a few, I think it was a year ago, 2 years ago, I saw that Teddy Swims followed me on Instagram. Uh, like, so we talk sometimes, and I went to his show in Nashville when I was there, and he invited me into to backstage, and that's a thing that like, it, I when I'm in the moment, it doesn't feel weird, but afterwards, it's like, am I am I in this? It's weird.
Mhm.
Like I'm just a guy from the country.
Yeah. If you could tell the young Chris, for example, 16-year-old Chris living at the countryside, he maybe wouldn't believe what will happen.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't. No.
Great. And
I
now,
mean, during that time when I played Troubadour for 10 years, I enjoyed my life. I had no problem with it at all. I mean, I played shows every weekend, uh, and I got invited to many like places all around Sweden. And I mean, it was great. But I never thought that I was gonna like record my own albums, play all around Sweden and in other countries and so on. So uh, it's amazing. It is, and I don't want to sit here and praise myself, but it's I'm super happy about that. It's incredible.
totally can understand, yes. And now let's talk a little bit about the tour. here in Germany. So when does it kick off for the people outside? Where can they come?
Oh, exactly. You ask questions, my friend. I need to see my phone here because I really don't know. The thing is that when I let go of like the I get when I got my manager, it was so nice to not be. I didn't have to think about like uh, dates or where I have to be or whatever. It's just in my calendar and I know where to go. But it's let's see here. I have it on my phone. Give me a second here. So it'll be. I'll start off in Berlin, 4th of March, and then we go on to Leipzig, München, Stuttgart, Frankfurt, Köln, and then we go to Amsterdam and Hanover and Hamburg.
Do you have a support or a special guest on the tour?
Yeah, we have a girl, Hannah Rautzenberg.
In German, it's Hanna Rautzenberg. Hanna Rautzenberg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And she's playing acoustically before, like a support act. And I heard her acoustic versions of songs, and she's a great singer.
But you don't do some song together or something?
No. It's just a supporting act. So she played before me. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. And how do you prepare for the tour? What are the most important steps now from now on to get ready for the tour?
So a tour like this is pretty intense. So it's not many like off days between shows. So and also the logistic of it, like the traveling is the part that is I would love to have like just a teleportation thing that you could just and go there and there. That's the worst part about touring, like traveling. But I mean, for me, myself, okay, here, okay, for myself, I don't drink a lot at all. I can take one beer or something, and I'm always really serious in doing the best I can all the time. Um, there's something that's something that I never forgot. I remember playing as a troubadour in a small place in a small town, and at that time I was actually smoking. So I went out in a break and I took a smoke, and a guy came up to me, and I will say this: he was really drunk, and he said that just don't do as I don't do what I did. Don't drink your career away.
No.
And he told me about like he played all over Sweden and so on, and he couldn't stop drinking, and that stuck with me for many years and still to this day. So I would never like adventure my career by drinking too much or having too much fun with alcohol or anything else in that mind. So that's one thing, that I don't drink too much, and I just do vocal warm-ups before every show, and that's pretty much it. I'm a really chill like singer in that way. I'm not doing too much, just small warm-up stuff.
Yeah, cool. And we have something from your tour from last year, your acoustic tour, that you really say, okay, this was cool about Germany, and I'm looking forward to get it back, like food or like some people you already are friends with or something?
One thing with the German people when I did my last tour was I I usually when I play in Sweden I joke about Swedish people. They can't have eye contact when I stand on stage. Every time I look them in the eye, they go like this. But when I was in Germany for my tour, all Germans were like this. They looked me in the eye, and I got pretty scared. I was like, "Oh shit!" You didn't break eye contact there, and there was a great thing to see actually, because they're so intense. They're so like supportive fans, and I love that. You make me feel like safe.
How do you prepare the set? So you have 2 albums now, then, or then you have 2 albums out. So do you play almost all of your songs, or do you have some mix up? Do it cover, for example?
It's pretty mixed. So there's quite a few songs out of the new album, and then a few of my old songs that like the radio played. A lot of radio like hits, you can call them, whatever. Um, and just as the record is gonna be like full on band and a few songs with only me and a guitar. Yeah, so that's the lineup.
Ah, great. So a good mix.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. And I think we'll come to an end now because we have done lots of talk, and I have to write an article about you, so I need some time for this.
Oh
But
yeah, I had so much fun. It feels like 10 minutes.
yeah, and then probably we can do something more in the future.
Oh sure,
Maybe
sure.
maybe in person at the tour or somewhere or something, or doing another talk like this again when the next stuff comes would be cool. But for now, maybe I mentioned the posting you did with your dog and your girlfriend sitting in front of a TV. So let me ask, what are your favorite TV shows? And don't say Swedish Idol.
So I my favorite show.
Yeah.
Are you talking like series? Also series.
As you like, serious or
So the thing with me is that I pretty much don't watch series because they're too long. I love endings. I love when it ends. So that's why I'm a movie guy. But uh and I'm also a comfort series guy who watches comfort series when I cook, when I'm on the bathroom or whatever. So I watch um, South Park, Family Guy, Friends, How I Met Your Mother. Those four goes. I've been watching all seasons. I mean, I don't know how many times. Just when I do stuff that I don't have to focus too much on, I have it in the background always, and I don't watch too many like serious shows. I want to watch um Peak. What's it called? Twin
Twin
Peaks.
Peaks.
Yeah, I want to watch that first season. I've never seen it. I've heard so much great things about it.
Didn't see it as well. But as mentioned, David Lynch has died some weeks before. The he did the series, I think.
What?
David Lynch was the guy who did it, and he died some weeks
Yeah,
before.
I know. Yeah, actually, that's why I wanted to see it because I've been wanting to see for such a long time. And when he died, I was like, okay, and now I really had to watch it. I will tell you just one more show that I enjoyed. I've actually watched the whole season, or it has like 2, 3 seasons. The Good Place.
No, I don't know this.
No, but it's a series that really calms you down. You feel great when you see it. It's like really enjoyable and relaxing. And if you've ever had like what's it called? When you're afraid of dying, what's that feeling? You're afraid of death. You're
Yeah.
afraid. Uh, every thought of that will go away when you watch this series.
Okay.
It's about a girl um, coming to heaven,
Mhm.
but and this is not a spoiler actually because no, it is a spoiler. Okay, she wakes up in heaven.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'll say that. But it's a great show.
I will have a look for it. And maybe as we have this topic, uh, is it like would it be cool for you to, for example, be part of a movie or series soundtrack with your music?
Oh yeah, and not only movies or series, but games. I'm a gamer guy. I love games, and I've been playing games my whole life. That's pretty much what I do when I don't do anything else. I play games.
Okay.
So that would be amazing to have a part in a video game. That would be cool, or a movie.
Sounds good. And for our next talk, we'll keep this as a topic, video games. We can do
Okay,
a little
yeah,
bit
sure,
about this because
sure.
it's a big topic, I think, and we could do a whole interview about this probably.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I'm a old school gamer. play new games also. So I have a lot of like old like Nintendo stuff laying around, like really cool stuff.
Some as well, yes. Great. So for today, I think we come to an end now. But do you have some free message, some greetings to the people outside?
Yeah. Also, thank you for having me, and I hope to see you all on my shows in Germany. Tell your friends about it. Take a friend with you. Buy a ticket, and I hope to see you at one of my shows.
So thank you for the great talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
People outside, thanks for watching. Chris KLÄFFORD, great guy, great music, I can say. Listen to him, go to the shows, and say bye-bye, cheers.
Bye-bye. Cheers.